real Christianity is what I'm inviting you to, and this is the fallacy that you're working to. The real Christianity that I'm inviting you to is where you follow Jesus as his disciple. And I would put it to you, friend, I don't know your name, so what name would you? Hamza. I would put it to you, Hamza, that actually everything that your Quran says about my religion is false, except for one statement, is that the Quran says that if God had a son, we should worship him.
But in what terms is the Quran saying? Is the Quran saying anything wrong about Christianity?
Right, yes, it is. It's saying multiple things that are wrong about Christianity.
Sorry, what you said now?
Yeah, so the Quran states in black and white that if God has a son, we should worship the son. It says in black and white. I'll show you. Yeah, of course. It's a fair question. And the thing is, this is the only accurate thing the Quran actually says about Christianity.
Oh, okay.
Every single other thing that the Quran says about Christianity is a downright error, not worthy of a child doing a GCSE.
But let's be fair, their virgin birth is like the virgin birth.
Well, no, because the Quran says that the spirit of Allah came down and blew into the vagina of Mary.
Right.
That's what the Quran says. Even the virgin birth is not accurate. So, let's go.
Can I see that Quran?
Yes, in a second. I'm going to show you.
Can I see it?
I'm going to show you in a second, yes. Literally said yes. Literally said yes.
Yes, of course. Let's fact check.
Right. So, now you asked me to show you the Quran, I'm going to show you the Quran. No, I will hold my own Quran.
Give the reference.
Yeah, you can pull it up in your Quran if you want. So it's Surah 45, Ayah 81. Say, so this is Allah saying to Muhammad, say, if Allah Most Gracious had a son, I would be the first to worship. So the Quran is saying that if Allah had a son, we should worship the son. But please do, please.
Sorry, you said Quran 45.
43, 81.
No, wait. Surah 40. Surah 40, is that 9?
Surah 43.
43, 81.
81. Would you like to verify now?
Yeah. The Arabic, just in case.
You guys from an Arab country?
No, we're from Scotland.
Does the accent not give it away?
We see you all on YouTube, so we thought we'd just come and check
because
it out.
every Arab sounds like he's a Scotty. Bro.
That's great,
Sorry.
Oi, I interviewed Alex Salmon on Sundays.
Like, share and subscribe to the street, mate.
Big up.
Fact check.
Then indeed we are certain things, or today think that we do not get their secret stuff and private concern.
So my point is, while the brothers confirm what I'm saying, is that the Quran is acknowledging the reality that if the father has a son, then the son is worthy of worship. And we agree with the Quran. That's the only statement in the Quran that the Quran gets right. It's the only 100% correct statement by the Quran about what Christians believe. That if the father has a son, the son is worthy of worship.
Thank you,
He
Allah.
is telling them that Allah doesn't have a son, but that if Allah has son, he would have been the first to worship him.
It's Rahman.
Yeah, that is Allah.
Who's Rahman? Who's Al-Rahman?
Yeah, you're right. That's what he said.
Yeah.
He said if Allah. So I think God is talking to the prophet.
Yes, he is.
That he doesn't have a son.
Yes, that's correct.
And the prophet is telling people that if God has a son, I would have been the first.
Right, firstly,
to worship
let me
him.
just correct you. It's not, according to Islamic belief, Muhammad that's saying that. It's Allah commanding Muhammad to say that. So these are Allah's words, not Muhammad's words. And Allah is saying to Muhammad that if he had a son, you would be the first to worship. In other words, Allah is saying that if I had a son, you should worship him. Now, hold on one second. Hold on one second. Christians believe that the Father has a son, the divine Logos. Let me show you.
So what's your name?
Bob.
It says if he had a son.
Yes, I'm not saying it does.
No, listen. You are saying it does.
No, I'm not saying it.
No, he didn't
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
If he had a son.
Referencing what the Quran said, and it's right.
If he had a son.
Yes, that's
I
correct.
mean, does he have a son or does he not have a
The
son?
Quran does not believe that Allah has a son. But the Quran is stating that if Allah had a son, he would be worthy of worship. And that's where me as a Christian says amen to the Quran. Finally, someone has done it. I am saying amen to some lines in the Quran. I'm saying it's right.
That's factual.
Yeah,
Yeah?
that's what he said.
Right? So let me show you that God has a son.
I don't understand. He's saying if he had a son.
Should I explain what he's saying?
It's a conditional
You're saying he has
statement.
a son.
No.
If he had a
What
son.
he is saying is, Allah says to Muhammad that if he had a son,
As in if Allah had a
if
son.
Allah had a son, that Muhammad
would worship the son.
first worshipper.
Worship the son.
That he would have worshipped the son.
Yeah.
So
And
Muhammad
yet-
doesn't worship
No, he
because there is
doesn't.
no son.
Yeah, no one's saying that. No one's
Okay,
no one's accusing Muhammad of worshipping the Son of God. No one's saying that. Yeah, it's all based on an if.
Yeah.
But the point is the conditional
agree
if,
now, the Christian
the
now
conditional if acknowledges that if the Father has a son, then we should worship the Son.
Yeah.
And that's what Christians believe, the Father has a son. Let me show you why. So it says in Genesis, God, after he spoke long ago to the fathers in the prophets in many portions and in many ways, in these last days has spoken to us in his Son, whom he also made, through whom he also made the world, and he is the radiance of the glory and the exact representation of his nature. So what Christians believe is that before creation, before time, before space, eternally, without beginning, without end, the Son is begotten of the Father, and because he is begotten of the Father, he has the essence, the substance of the Father, and thus he is divine. And then God goes on to say, the Father goes on to say, and let all the angels of God worship him. So the Bible is saying that we should worship the Son, and the Quran is saying that if God has a son, we should worship him. So, as I said, the Quran agrees that if God has a son, we should worship the Son.
Bob, thank you so much for your time.
Okay? Have a
You go
lovely
short
day.
take.
That's it, guys. It was a good open dialogue between Bob and the Muslim visitor. The visitor confidently made claims about Christianity, saying it's on the decline and that our churches are being taken over. But when Bob did the same about his religion, the visitor didn't like it at all. He straight away denied clear evidence of the existence of gay mosques. Yes, Christianity might be on the decline in the West, but as Bob pointed out, it's actually growing in countries like Iran and Indonesia. The reason we don't hear about Muslims leaving Islam is because of the intense backlash they face for being apostates. There's actually a tsunami of ex-Muslims all over the world who just pretend to follow Islam. But, deep down, they are closet ex-Muslims. What are your thoughts on this? Is Christianity really declining in the West? Let me know in the comments section below. God bless.